Scariest videos caught on doorbell camera. The home surveillance business is expected to reach $1.4 billion in sales by 2023, thanks to the growing popularity of doorbell cameras. Many individuals believe that being able to see who's knocking on their door before answering it makes them feel safer. Despite the fact that it's debatable whether these gadgets actually make people's homes safer or simply feed off worries of crime, people have been posting the strangest and creepiest things they've recorded on their doorbell cameras, from wandering sleepwalkers to individuals in masks and bandit dogs. We've picked up some pretty bizarre sights filmed by doorbells, so let's get to it. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to Paranormal 10 and give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can be reminded whenever we upload a new video. Number 10. Are you sure? This footage was only published a few months ago. It depicts a man approaching a house and knocking on the door repeatedly while saying, "I just have a couple of questions for you. Are you sure?"
Because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure?
This continues for a few minutes before a guy answers the Ring doorbell. The tape becomes much more disturbing at this point, as the man at the door claims he was going to assault and kill the woman inside the house. Amanda Nowak of Las Vegas, who posted the clip on internet, claims she was hidden inside the house for the whole incident. During the stressful 3 minutes, the man never noticed her and never spoke directly to her. Fortunately, the man has been arrested, but that doesn't make the footage any less unnerving. Number 9. Taken. Residents in a Los Angeles neighborhood were jolted awake by the sounds of a lady shouting for aid on an autumn night in November 2019. When one homeowner went outside to investigate what was going on, her doorbell camera activated and began filming the incident in real time. An unidentified lady shrieks and begs for rescue in the footage. The householder is taken aback by what is going on and looks on in fear. What's particularly unsettling is the presence of a man's voice expressing something akin to, "I'm sorry," immediately underneath the woman's screams. Then, in front of the homeowner's porch, a white automobile accelerates away down the street. Police immediately concluded that the sounds were coming from the white automobile that drove away from the scene, and that the camera had captured an abduction in process. Number 8. A nightmare TV salesperson. Henrico County, Virginia is a small county. While it's usually peaceful there, an incident in August 2018 left people creeped out. That morning, more than 20 residences had found old-fashioned boxy tube TVs on their porches. Things grew more stranger a year later, in August of 2019, when the same incident happened for the second time. However, some residents were able to catch the perpetrator on their doorbell cameras this time. Several residents noticed an unknown individual wearing a mask shaped like an old TV, discreetly dumping other TVs on porches. More than 50 were delivered this time. The video captures a person calmly strolling onto the porch, placing the TV, momentarily peering in the direction of the doorbell camera, and then walking away, dressed in what seems to be a mechanic's uniform and a TV-shaped mask. Number 7. Killer Clown. This terrifying video shows a frightening clown approaching a home's front door. The black and white video, taken by a doorbell camera, shows a clown lurking on the lawn with black balloons before approaching the front door and gazing inside the house in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Joker wears eerie black and white makeup and holds a bunch of black balloons in his or her hand. The clown hoax was claimed by one commenter to be the work of a director working on a short horror film, but this has not been confirmed. Last year, the mania became so widespread in the United Kingdom that police departments around the country issued statements discouraging people from dressing up as clowns and threatening anyone who did so. Number 6. Masked Man. After a doorbell video showed a masked guy attempting to unlock a woman's front door, residents in one Bristol neighborhood were terrified. A guy approaches and knocks on someone's door in this video from Bristol. That isn't too alarming in and of itself. The man's unusual mask, though, gives us pause, and the fact that he hides his hand before checking the door handle makes us question what he was up to at such a late hour. Kathleen Frascarelli, who put this video online, claimed she heard the knock, but the individual was gone by the time she walked down the stairs. Not scared yet? Watch this video till the end to find the scariest video on our list. Number 5. Wrong delivery? In the following video, you'll see a man arrive home. He lets himself into his house and locks up, turning on the outside light, etc. A little while later, a young man walks up onto the front porch, looks around, and sets a package down next to a bench before leaving. A few minutes later, a young woman who is clearly looking for something walks up onto the porch and picks up the package. Finally, the man's daughter arrives home from babysitting and lets herself into the house. All of this happened in under a half hour. As several in the comments pointed out, this looks like a food delivery dropped at the wrong house. But can you imagine watching it all go down on your camera alerts the next day? Number 4. A very scary attempted break-in. An extremely disturbed woman was seen on this homeowner's doorbell camera. She bangs on the door agitatedly, pacing back and forth, and wants to be allowed in. Most frightening of all, the lady smashes a window near the entrance with her shoulder, breaking it, ripping the screen off the now broken glass and attempting to crawl inside. The woman, subsequently identified as a first-grade teacher, is confronted by police and claims that her friend lives in the residence. Number 3. Man licking the doorbell for hours. A family in Salinas, California caught this footage in 2019. In it, an unidentified stranger approaches their front door's doorbell on the wall and begins kissing it. It's like seeing a child with a lollipop, but this time it's an adult with a doorbell. The fact that the man didn't do this for a second or even a minute adds to the bizarreness. No, for 3 hours, this thief licked the family's doorbell. Police were able to identify the man afterwards because the footage was so clear, which is fantastic marketing for a camera firm, but terrifying for the family that wakes up the next day to watch this in action. Number 2. Snake attack. This doorbell camera footage captured the moment a snake bit a man as he was trying to enter his friend's house, but luckily, the snake was non-venomous. The snake was wrapped around a porch light. As the man opens the screen door, the snake pops out and bites his head before retreating. That man is seen clutching his face in the clip. Meanwhile, the 5-foot, 5-inch snake was hammered to death by the neighbor, who sprang into action upon hearing that man's screams. Number 1. Michael Myers caught on camera. This video, uploaded by YouTube user Brian Goldman, depicts one of the craziest moments caught on doorbell camera. This video was taken in the middle of the night and shows an otherwise vacant street, empty save for a creepy figure attempting to get onto the property. The person comes straight up to the house in question, dressed in an apparent tribute to one of cinema's most infamous horror icons, Michael Myers. The person attempts to walk right up to the door and test the handle, holding what looks to be a knife in one hand. The stranger goes away after noticing the door is locked.